Again, some internet problem, but I started. Now, the first function was the first function of the Constitution was to provide a set of basic rules, which I told you yesterday. Basic rules that allow for minimal coordination amongst the members of the society, which I told you yesterday. Now, specific of decision-making powers, decision-making, then I told you the function specific decision-making, and in specific decision-making, we have got the second function. The second function of a constitution is to specify who has the power to make the decision. Who has the power to make the decision? Here it is. Who has the power to make the decision in a society? It decide how the government will constitute it. How the government will constitute it. Now, how our government is going to constitute? Here the name is constitution and why. How and why. हमें क्या जरूरत है कि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की? यदि है तो क्यों है? So the second function of a constitution is to specify who has the power to make decision in a society. It decides how the government will constitute it. Then it is a limitations on its power of the government. Now here I want to start with you. Limitations on the power of the government. This is clearly not enough. Suppose you decide who had the authority to make the decision, to make decisions, but then this authority passed laws and you thought were patently unfair. It prohibited you from practicing your religion, for instance, or it rejoined the clothes of a certain color were prohibited. Now, in democratic setup, we are the basic rulers. The people are the basic rulers. They decide what to do and what not to do. The constitution doesn't say which type of color, which type of thing you want to ask. You have to ask things about yourself that we need these type of rule and regulation. So the now come to the third function. Third function is of a constitution is to set some basic rules. Yesterday I told you also that we are having some basic rules. Now these days corona rule is there, corona guidelines are there. We have to wear the mask and all and other things. We have to sanitize ourselves. So these are the corona guidelines. So these are the basic rules. Constitution says that there should be some basic rules. So third function of a constitution is to set some limits on what government can impose on its citizens. Government can impose on citizens. Rules are being imposed on citizens. Look, some rules are accepted, some rules are not accepted. Let me tell you one thing. Some rules are accepted because here the citizens agree that these rules are accepted by us. Right. Now, there's some rule in corona guidelines that you should wear the mask. But lots of people are there. They don't want to wear the mask. Right, and they used to fight with the
बाकियों को देनी शुरू कर देना जो क्लासेस हैं वो ब्रेक होंगी 11:15 बजे जो पढ़ा रहे हैं वो 11:15 से 12 खा लें जो बाकी बैठे हुए हैं
and these rules are being imposed on the citizens of India for their own betterment. The third function of a constitution is to set some basic limits on what a government can impose on its citizens. These limits are fundamental. ये मौलिक है, fundamental. It has to be accepted in the sense that the government may never trespasses them. So government cannot withdraw here and then. उसी वक्त उसको withdraw नहीं कर सकती है. Government cannot withdraw. When it has been ruled, it's ruled. We have to accept it. If you're not going to accept it, then you are ready. You are being ready for the punishment. Look, many students, they don't want to come in the class in proper time, for example. But it is ruled that you should be in proper uniform, you should be in proper books and bag and all, whatever it is, you should be in proper time. But if you're not following the rule and regulation, you are being punished. Same with the country. So constitution limit the power of the government. So constitution क्या करती है? Power को limit कर देती है. The most common way of limiting power government is to specify certain fundamental rights that all of us possess as citizens and with no government can never be allowed to violate. Rules are there, rules are for everyone, rules are set for the government also, even they cannot violate the rules and regulations. The exact content and interpretation of these rights varies from constitution to constitution. But most constitutions will protect a basic cluster of rights. You know, cluster of rights, these are the fundamental rights. Fundamental rights, in Hindi we call it Maulik Adhikar. You have the right to choose your own government, but you don't have the same right in a dictatorship government, dictator government. You have the right to form your own ministry. You can fight the election, you can go for the election also, right? So it depends on you. There is some universal alert franchise, means up to 18 years, you can go and have the vote, right? So these are the fundamental. These are some fundamental rights. Free right of expression. What do you mean by that? It is one of the most accepted fundamental right in democratic setup. You're free to express yourself. You like the government, don't like the government, it's all on you. Right? So all of us possess, so these exact contents, they can, the most common way of the limiting the power, government is to specify certain fundamental rights, and those for all possess as a citizen, and with no government can never be allowed to violate. The exact content and interpretation of these rights varies from constitution to constitution, which I told you just now. But most constitutions says that these rights are need and they are in need, and they are the cluster of rights, fundamental rights. Citizens will be protected from being arrested arbitrarily and without any reason. The police cannot arrest anyone without any reason. So there is one basic limitation upon the power of the government. Citizens will normally have the right to some basic liberties, to freedom of speech, freedom of conscience, freedom of association, freedom to conduct a trade or business, etc. So these, look, children, these are some basic, I repeat, these are the basic rights, these are the basic fundamental rights. Right? This is one basic, here it is. I, enlarge the screen. This is one basic limitation upon the power of the government. Citizens normally have the right to some basic liberties, freedom to speech. Freedom to speech means freedom of expression. You want the government, you don't want the government. You know the rule and regulation, you don't know the rule and regulation. Free of speech. You're free to speak, right? But not against unnecessarily. Then the freedom of conscience. Then freedom of association. Then freedom to conduct a trade or business. These are the all basic fundamental rights. In practice, these rights can be limited during the time of national emergency. During time of national emergency. You know what do you mean national emergency? It could be economic emergency. It could be international, emergency for, in war. Right, when another country attacks you, your basic fundamental rights are gone. Let me tell you one thing. जब भी emergency लगती है, whenever there is emergency, your basic fundamental rights are not there. You have some 6 fundamental rights, no? So those all rights are gone during the emergency. Right? Maybe internal emergency, maybe external emergency. Internal means due to some internal reason. Internal reason, their emergency is imposed on us. And external means when some type of, other, maybe warfare, they may be during the war, some other country, during the war, your emergency is, imposed on you when other country attacks on you. So this is the emergency. Then aspiration and goals of a society. Every individual has its own goals. Every individual has having its own goals. Every society has its own aspirations. Not only society, every country has its own aspirations. What do you mean by aspirations? In Hindi, we call it ichhaएं. Your desires, your needs, your wants. These are the aspirations. So most of the older constitution limits themselves largely to allocating decision-making power and setting some limits to the government power. But many 20th century constitution of which the Indian Constitution is the finest example. Let me tell you one thing. Indian Constitution is one of the best constitutions throughout the world. Indian Constitution is one of the best constitutions throughout the world because because we have borrowed the best thing from the other constitutions, from the other nation, right? So Indian Constitution is the finest example to provide an enabling framework for the government to do certain positive things, to express the aspiration and goals of the society. The Indian Constitution was particularly innovative in this respect. Societies with deep entrenched inequalities of various kinds will not only have to set limits on the power of the government, they will have to enable and empower the government to take positive measures to overcome forms of inequality or deprivation. I will let you know what do you mean by this. So the Indian Constitution was practically innovative. Innovative means when lots of practical, experiment is there. Indian Constitution and Indian society is very tough society. It's very difficult society. Can you imagine in France, in Germany, in Netherlands, and where anywhere, in China, in Russia, there is a one language. Maybe Russian language, maybe Chinese language, maybe German language, maybe French language, maybe Japanese language, maybe Korean language. They don't know other language. They have got their own national language. Will you believe that we have got 1,500 languages are there? In India, we have got 1,500 languages. No language. And 2,500 dialects are there in India. 2,500 dialects are there in India. Right. So, Indian Constitution was practically innovative because we have something for everyone. And we are very much emotional about our language. And that is the reason that we are unable to follow one language as Hindi is it was saying we thought that after the partition Hindi will be the national language, but it was not possible. There were strikes and riots that Hindi should not be there. So Indian Constitution was practically innovative in this respect. Society with deep entrenched inequalities. We have got many castes and creeds. Many type of inequalities are still there. We are divided Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and still we are doing it. So inequalities are there. Poor and rich, middle class, poor class, rich class. So many inequalities are there. So it is very difficult to know our own society. Deep inequalities are there of various kinds. We'll not only have to set limits. So what government? They have to set limits. We have to abide the laws. Otherwise, there will be chaos in the society. there will be chaos in the society. Chaos हो जाएगा society के अंदर यदि हम rule and regulation को follow नहीं करेंगे. जहाँ पर 1500 भाषाएं हों, so you can well imagine what type of difficult situation we are facing now, till now. And Indian citizen, Indian states are divided into language. Punjab is Punjabi, Bengal is Bengalis, Maharashtra is Marathis, so on. So the power of government, they will also have to enable and empower the government to take positive measures to overcome forms of inequality and deprivation. So the government should have the power so that minimum deprivation and minimum inequalities should be there, minimum to minimum. Equality should be absolutely minimized. Everyone is equal before the law. We all say that everyone is equal before the law. Then, next part, for example, yeah, for example, here, then we will go for the cartoon also. Here it is. Cartoon is also there. For example, India aspires to be a society that is free to caste discrimination. Aspires सोचती है, it thinks, ये चाहती है, it wants, aspires to be a society that is free of caste and discrimination. You think that after 75 years of 1940, 50 to now 2020 is going on, right? Discrimination is not there. No, sorry. Discrimination is still there. Caste discrimination is not there. No, caste discrimination is still there. If this is our society aspiration, the government will have to enable or empower to make, to make, to make and to take all the necessary steps to achieve this goal. In a country like South Africa, which had a deep history of racial discrimination, and what happened in South Africa? Black and white. They were blacks were there, but they don't have any type of right. They were not allowed to enter in white areas. It happened in India also. We were during the British period in many of the states. We were not allowed to enter the British British area. We are not allowed in British area. So they were not all, also in South Africa. Blacks were not allowed to enter into the British part. So South Africa, and one Nelson Mandela is there. Let me tell you one thing. Nelson Mandela, he fought the whole life for for the for the rights of the blacks. He was jailed. He was imprisoned at the age of 21. Came out of the jail. He was 47. 26 years of continuous jail. See his determination. See his strong willpower that there should be there should be no discrimination. So in South Africa, which had a deep history of racial discrimination, we call it apartheid. There was a question, about the apartheid, where racial discrimination is there. Racial discrimination, its new constitution had to enable the government to end racial discrimination. More positively, a constitution may enshrine the aspiration of a society. The framers of the Indian Constitution, for example, thought that each individual in society should have all it's necessary for them to lead a life of minimal dignity, of social respect, minimal material well-being, education, etc. हर एक के पास when India was allowed to have its own constitution, when India was having own constitution, and it, it was empowered on 26th of January 1950. Right. So we thought that Indian government should allow its citizen with a minimal dignity, हर एक को एक minimal dignity मिले, एक minimal respect मिले, and there should be three things. That is the basic things in the society to live in. One is bread, bread and butter, bread, khana, roti, your clothes, your kapra, and your shelter, your makan. Right? Your bread, your clothes, and your shelter. This is the minimal need of any person, so that we should be able to go on. Indian government should give it to its basic need to its citizens. For example, taught that each individual in society should have all that necessary for them, lead a life of minimal dignity and all. The Indian Constitution enables the government to take positive welfare measures. Positive welfare measures. Welfare measures means to build up a hospital, to build up the road, to give the basic things to to the society, to the citizen, right? Their rights and their work, right? So welfare measures, some of which are legally enforceable. Legally enforceable. It is here. As we go on studying the Indian Constitution, we shall find that these provisions, these provisions have the support of the preamble, have the support of the preamble to our constitution. What do you mean by preamble? The preamble means the introduction of the constitution. Preamble is the introduction of the constitution. Write it down. If the preamble is there, I think you have already gone through for the preamble of the constitution. Somebody asked, what do you mean by preamble? That is the introductory part of the constitution. That support a preamble to our constitution, and these provisions are found in the section of fundamental rights. The directive principles of state policy and also rejoin government to fulfill certain aspirations of the people. Tomorrow, I will let you know about the directive principles of state policy. What do you mean by directive principles of state policies? Then, now, the fourth, I will little bit explain you what is written. And the fourth point of the function of the constitution, we will discuss this tomorrow. But the fourth point is, the fourth point function of the constitution is to enable the government to fulfill the aspirations of the society and create conditions for the just society. The fourth function of constitution is to enable the government. fourth function क्या है कि government को allow करना, government को सहूलतें देना, to enable the government to fulfill the aspiration, आपकी इच्छाएं, government की इच्छाएं, so that the government should fulfill all the aspiration of its citizens, of its society, just society, and create conditions for a just one, just society one. So here we are in right, and rest by tomorrow. Till then, take care and have a nice time. Thank you.